Hey everybody, it's Flare31 here. Welcome back to the Pokemon Companion piece to the main yellow remastered LP. This is episode 3, and unlike the last episodes, we are actually in Pokemon Blue this time, obviously. This is because we need to be in Pokemon Blue, and as such I feel the need to go over how we're going to handle some things. The first thing I want to mention real quick before we get too far into it is that when there is need for us to play a third game like this third game is going to actually have the original trainer be my real name, Logan, rather than in Pokemon Red we have Flare, which is like the second game that we primarily use, right? And then of course the canon name in the main LP. This is just to keep everything nice and consistent and unique across each game so we can kind of keep track of where things came from more easily and stuff like that. But other than that, the reason that I'm starting from the video from the beginning of the game like this isn't to retread old ground. I'm not interested in being like, all right, here's my 2-hour journey through the beginning of the game again, which is going to be pretty much exactly the same. No, I want to actually go over the changes that have happened leading up into the point that we left off last time, essentially. The way it's going to work for switching between Red and Blue in this companion piece series is we're going to play Pokemon Red primarily. That is going to be, of course, the main version that we play here, and as such it's going to get the most of the screen time, obviously, as has been the case so far. But whenever there is something that we need Pokemon Blue for, we will pick up where Pokemon Red left off, like pretty much one for one, just like, okay, I'm here in Pokemon Blue now. And then we'll continue as if we're, it's like a cohesive experience. And then once that episode gets over with and I need to switch back to Pokemon Red, then it will be the same deal where Pokemon Red will then pick up where Pokemon Blue left off. So I'm not going to be showing the same thing twice, essentially, between both games. But whenever we do the switching like this, I do want to cover anything that might have changed between versions. That's important. I don't anticipate this being a big deal for the most part, but stick with me. The first thing I want to mention here is the starter that I'm going with is Squirtle in this version. It, again, doesn't matter all that much, but it matters a slight bit more for what ends up happening a little bit later. If you're following along perfectly with what I'm doing for your own enjoyment, like playing along, I recommend picking up either a Bulbasaur or a Squirtle. Otherwise, you may have a more tough time than you should a little bit later. But it's not overly important. You could choose Charmander if you want to, and you could play around it, but we'll cross that bridge in a little bit when we get there. As I said earlier, I'm actually going to be retreading old ground, and that means I basically just pulled up my own companion pieces and then played through them side by side. I played along with myself to make sure I was doing pretty much all the same things. I got all the same items and stuff like that. There's maybe some minute differences here and there, but that's the gist of things. Is I played along with myself, and so pretty much everything I'm doing here in the early game of Pokemon Blue, it's going to be a carbon copy of what I did in Pokemon Red. The first change of note outside of the starter choice is once I get to Route 21, instead of picking up a Nidoran male, I pick up a Nidoran female. The reason I do this is because in Pokemon Blue, Nidoran female and Nidoran male swap encounter rates, where it's like a 5% or something like that encounter for the rarer between the two. And in Pokemon Red, Nidoran female is the rarer one. In Pokemon Blue, Nidoran male is the rarer one. I could have just grinded out the encounter, and if you choose a Charmander, I would recommend grinding out that Nidoran male encounter, just so that the Brock fight goes well for you. But if you have a Squirtle or a Bulbasaur, then you can choose Nidoran female, and it'll be basically the same experience as choosing a Nidoran male, and that's ultimately why I was like, you know what, why not? It's Nidoran male and Nidoran female are basically the same Pokemon. It might be slightly harder to get through the game with a Nidoran female, just because of how the game works, but I didn't think it would be a big deal, especially because we're not going nearly as far in Pokemon Blue as we are in Pokemon Red. Additionally, I did actually nickname the Nidoran female Brawn, but with a feminine spelling, just because I thought it would be funny. And then furthermore, once I was grinding up Nidoran female to level 13 like we did Pokemon Red, at level 8, instead of learning Horn Attack, Nidoran female learns Scratch. I low-key didn't remember that Nidoran female and Nidoran male had different level up movesets, and this caught me off guard, and I was like, ooh, this might be a problem. Because originally I was anticipating that things would be exactly the same for the most part, and then that kind of threw a wrench in it where I was like, well, what's going to happen with Brock now? Because that extra power from Horn Attack is actually very important for that fight. After I got through the early game and I made it to Brock, what ended up happening was instead of just like doing the fight with only Nidorina, I wound up grinding up Squirtle a couple of levels to get Bubble, and then I used Squirtle to help me eliminate the Geodude and then whittle down the Onix a fair bit before I wound up letting Squirtle get fainted and then using Nidorina to finish off the encounter. I lost like a tiny bit of experience doing this that I will have on Nidoking in Pokemon Red, but you know, not a big deal overall, just is what it is. I thought this was a better alternative than like grinding even more into Nidorina to try and like pull off a victory just solo. I was like, I got the water starter, I might as well take advantage a little bit. So outside of that, that is the biggest changes with Pokemon Blue leading up to where we left off. And here we are. We are ready to continue on with the companion piece games. So the first thing I'm going to do actually is going to go to the mart and I'm going to sell some of the the TMs that we got that I'm not going to use. So that includes you. We're not going to use you. And you. Not going to use you. Alright. So now we're going to go ahead and start going up. Up. And do the the rival battle again. I think I'm going to grab the rare candy that's back here just to do it. Where is it again? I don't remember where it is at all. Oh no, where is it? Oh, okay, it's right here. Alright, we do have a blue battle here. I think we should be fine. Yeah, listen, bro. I'm doing so much better than you ever have been. Oh, yes. We got Body Slam. Body Slam is so good. I'm just gonna spam it, probably. You should have an Ivysaur, right? Or does the rival get Bulbasaur still? I can't remember. Yeah, bye-bye Abra. Rattata? Rattata? Oh, how? Was that a Gen 1 miss, or did I get Sand Attack and I didn't realize? What? That's gotta be a Sand Attack. What is going on right now? That was ridiculous. Body Slam's still our best option. If it would ever land. Alright, I'm gonna Poison Sting. Yeah, I was gonna say that should work. Alright, done deal. Done like dinner, as they say. Yeah, bells, of course. Get out of my way, Blue. See ya. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and plow through Nugget Bridge. That is something we do have to do, unfortunately. Bug catcher should be no big deal. You know, it was a real spur of the moment decision to start using Nidoqueen, because I was like, man, it's gonna be kind of annoying to have to like hunt down a Nidoran male. And it certainly has been interesting. I forgot like the small minor differences that they have in move pool. Move set. I guess their move pools are pretty much the same. But the like level up moveset has like those minor differences. Body Slam for sure is a huge W over Thrash in my opinion. Like Thrash is fun, but Body Slam, I mean, come on. I used to be like you once. And now I'm an armored, like, tank of whatever the heck natural evolution this is. See ya. You know, I'm unsure if I like the red or the blue Super Game Boy border more. I'm not sure which one I like more, because I enjoy the, like, starter Pokemon aesthetic that's going on here with the blue one. Yeah, I'm just abusing Body Slam. That's how it should be, though. I do enjoy that aesthetic, and I also I think I like the look of blue more than red as like a color for background purposes, like to surround the screen. I kind of like the blue tinge more. But I also like the like texturing of the red border more, like the I don't know what the best way to describe it is. There's like the card pattern built into like the in-between spaces. And I like that more than like the blank like stripe that goes across the center in this one. Alright, number 4. After a very needed PP heal. I will say Horn Attack is greatly missed. I like having a higher power move to fall back on, but oh well. As for the borders again, the Pokemon Yellow border, not so bad. I do enjoy it more than I thought I would. It's got like kind of a lot going on. And I like the green that's got on it too. It's kind of like a callback to Pokemon Green. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one I'd say is my definitive favorite. It's probably Pokemon Yellow, just like overall. But it's a hard question to answer. Ooh, this Minky spray is kind of funky. I forgot about it. Let's do. I mean, I guess Body Slam, right? Oh yeah, that completely bodied it. All right, give me my nugget. Ekans. If only I had a ground type move, I'd be eating real good right now. Yeah. It's so unfortunate that body slam is just the answer to everything right now. I would like options, but we're just not at that point in the game. Okay, now that we're finally done with that, I guess we're gonna take out this guy down here, maybe? Or actually, no, I'm not doing it. First of all, this is still Team 45, right? Yeah. We're gonna be taking that. And then, can I actually teach that? That'd be kind of crazy. You know what? I don't want to teach it. We're not gonna battle this guy just yet. Instead, we're gonna be looking for an encounter here. And here it is. Yeah, Abra is our encounter that we're going for. This is actually gonna be a member of our team here in the Red and Blue games. Now the problem is I can't do anything to it. Like, Body Slam could paralyze, sure, but I'm gonna kill it if I use Body Slam on it. So it's gonna teleport away, pretty much guaranteed. And so I think the play here is actually just use the Great Ball and hope for the best. And it did not work. Okay, here we go. Ooh, here we go again. I did reset so I could have my Great Ball back. I'm not particularly interested in just, like, wasting all of my Pokeballs. So... okay, there we go. That was not too bad. Yes, give it to me. Okay, we do want to give a nickname to this Abra. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna name... what am I gonna name this one? Okay, after much deliberation again, I am gonna name this... I'm gonna name this, that's right, Brain with an N-E to keep up the little thing, the theme that we got going on here in this version of the game, so there we go. Oh, okay. Alright, we made it out of the grass without any more encounters. What we're gonna do is we're gonna switch Brain to the front, and we're gonna go ahead and teleport back to the last Pokemon Center. One of those field moves. And that's what this one does. And I'm gonna heal, I guess. Okay, now, something I do want to do before we head out again is I do want to actually use this Thunder Wave TM. And I'm going to use it on Brain. This is going to be one of those, like, permanent moves in the moveset type of thing. And I'm pretty excited for it, because Thunder Wave on a fast Pokemon like Abra turns into, really good. We're gonna sell that nugget as well. Get this thing out of here. I really need to deposit this Dome Fossil. The Dome Fossil is so useless. I'm actually gonna do that real quick, and then we'll get back up to where I caught this Abra. Okay, we are back. And what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna fight the trainers. I guess I'm gonna fight the trainers down here first. But we're gonna fight all the trainers and switch train up our new Abra so that it gets, you know, actually becomes useful. Because right now it is not useful whatsoever, which is unfortunate for it, but... yeah, we got Teleport and Thunder Wave. Switch Train it is, but we don't have that much to go before it evolves, which will be nice. Doing body slam. And thankfully, even as an Abra, there's a lot of different TMs that Abra can learn. So we're not going to be like hard stuck switch training it if we don't want to be. And maybe that's a good thing. Especially for the time being. Alright, now let's go over here and take on this hiker. I just got down from Mount Moon. Okay, so I didn't actually switch part of my switch training. It's okay though, because we have a significant advantage in this type matchup that we're not going to be able to use. Karate chop. Wow. Body slam. Of course. Ooh, level 11, not too bad. Abra does not get any level up moves though on its own, which is unfortunate for it. Alright, don't die as soon as I send you out. Don't do it. Okay, good. Chillaxin. And we got Bubble Beam to use. Well, I mean, we don't. We got Water Gun, but still, same thing. Alright, we're gonna grab this elixir from up here. Always good to have those on hand. Then we're gonna fight you. Wonder what level Abra's gonna get to by the end of this little escapade we've got going on here. Ciao, bam. Let's do body slam, yeah. Level 12 already. Alright, surely Brain will not have a problem with this. Oh, you almost had a problem with it. Yeah, well, Abra not known for its defense. Okay, rather than fight the guy down there, we're gonna go heal, and then we'll come back. Okay, hiker number 2 should be not too bad. Is this the guy with the onyx? It is, right? Oh yeah. Easy onyx. Oh, it's so high leveled. This should get good experience. Water gun. I gotta say, the Nidoking sprite looks way better than a Nidoking sprite from the back. Like, I can barely tell what's going on here on this back sprite, but the Nidoking one's pretty clear to me. I just had to get that out there. Still trucking along. Okay, I'm glad that Dad's got money and importance to be able to have networking and junk like that. I wonder what it's like. This Slowpoke sprite is so good. Why did we not get this Slowpoke sprite in yellow? It's so good though. Why is it? It's so derpy. It reminds me of my cat, just when, you know, they plop down. They're like, I'm laying here now. I don't care if it's the, like, central area where everyone has to walk through it. This is where I live now. I became confused. Don't you do it, don't you do it. Oh my god. Guys, we might be cooked. Okay, we're fine. That was nerve-wracking, to say the least. Okay, well. Given what just happened, I think it's imperative we go heal again. Oh man, I just realized, as I'm walking back from healing, I could have been teleporting this whole time to get back. I did it the first time, then I just forgot it existed. Wow, good job, me. Alright, what do you have again? Miss my boyfriend's cool. I was not expecting to get a mail, honestly. That better not be your boyfriend. What is the other one? Oh, Nidoran female. I see. Cosplaying, like living vicariously through your Pokemon. I've got a boyfriend, so my Nidoran has to have a boyfriend. That's how life works. Girls be like. And now they kiss. Okay. Level 14. Dig it. I'm not like super concerned about this hiker. I think he has like a bunch of Geodudes or something. Geodudes in the Mud Shop. Yep. You know, when you play the game enough, and especially when you like relatively recently recorded the main part that went over this. And the question is, can I get away with switching in my bruh? I don't know. I guess I'm gonna try. Anything to get me more experience. Alright, brain. Don't die in one hit, please. That would be not so good. We don't have to worry about it. Cool. Okay, one more. We're sending out the Mud Shop. Now this could be a problem. It kind of depends on what it does. I'm risking it. Okay. Oh, we so did not deserve to live that. Let's go ahead and body slam away. Alright, we're not switching. We're not doing it. All it takes is one AI decision to completely kill my Pokemon. Level 27, goddamn. Okay, I'm not making the same mistakes. We're healing, and I'm using teleport to do it. Okay, we are back. I'm going to battle this guy. We'll get the TM. Don't tell me you have a Nidorank couple as well. Okay, good. You and I, we get it. We get that that's weird and lame. Rattatas are way cooler. Especially when they're in the top percentage of Rattata. But yours is not, so... Bye-bye. Level 15, we're making headway, for sure. Switch it in. Wrap? Okay. Okay, bro. Can I switch when we are wrapped? Oh, I can. Nice. Okay. Well. Wow, that was a crit and it did 2 damage. Good job. Okay, we're free. Body slam. You're not cool anymore. Okay, let's, for the sake of me being funny, let's teach this to... let's teach this to Brain. Give Brain an attacking move. I am so funny. I'm gonna save just in case. This goes sideways. Oh man, that's so not good for me. Hold on, Thunderwave? We're only gonna be doing 15 damage. How much health do we think it has? Probably enough for like 3 hits or maybe 4. Okay, Seismic Toss. Oh, okay, that's definitely a 3-hit. Lowering our already piss poor defense. Not so good for me. Okay, perfect. I can't believe we killed something as an Abra, I'll be honest. Sandshrew, that is even less good for us. I'm frankly just gonna switch out. Yeah, that scratch would have just destroyed us because we had a defense drop and it was ugly. Okay, I'm gonna heal again, just so I can have like a chance at killing some of the Abra on the last trainer here. So while we're walking back, I do want to mention something because it's kind of relevant and I think it's kind of funny. The Abra with teleport, because you can catch it right here, and because of how teleport works, you could theoretically actually backtrack before, you know, entering Cerulean City, and jumping on that ledge, by not healing at Cerulean, and then teleporting back to, like, Pewter or Viridian or wherever. So, that is something that you could feasibly do to get around the whole you can't go back once you've jumped on the ledge thing. Okay. Now let's see what Brain can cook up here. I think it's what, Oddish? Oddish and then something else and then Oddish again. I'm not super worried because this isn't a physical attacker. And our special is pretty good, even as an Abra. Okay. I like that we're three-shotting things. It'd be better if we two-shotted, but three-shotting is still acceptable. Four-shotting is like the minimum that you're like, okay, Seismic Toss is worth it. There we go, made it to level 16. Pidgey. We're not gonna stick in for Pidgey. Gonna go ahead and switch. Ugh. Okay. Now we can switch back for the other Oddish. Oddish? Trying to play catch up right now with this this Abra to get to bronze level. Okay. Seismic Toss. Absorb is unfortunately making this take a little bit longer, but we still win. That's the point. I'm not so jealous. Yeah, here it is. And we learn Confusion. This is very important because you only learn Confusion at level 16 when you evolve. So you don't want to level up to 17 in the same battle accidentally and then lose Confusion, because that would suck a lot for your Kadabra. But now that we are a Kadabra, we're going to be like way better. So that's going to be nice. Hold on, before we do this, I almost forgot. I do want to grab the ether that's here. Alright, we're gonna do the Bill thing. Still gotta do it in this version too. Across all timelines, Bill happens to screw up and combine with a Pokemon accidentally, however that works. You know, I've never in my life, I don't think, exited the room after he goes into the teleporter. I wonder what happens if we do that. Does he like come back out and it's like nothing ever happened, or does he stay in there? I'm not sure. Alright, yeah, give me the ticket. We don't care to see his Pokemon collection this time. Alright, perfect. Off we go. Now, we're going to, I think, yeah, we're gonna probably end up doing the gym next time, rather than this time. I think we're gonna save that for later, and instead we're just gonna go ahead and go back here. Yeah, I've heard it all before. Fight this guy. And now we actually can take advantage of our type matchup, because we have Confusion. Confusion. that's so nice. Alright, now the Drowsy, a bit bigger of a problem for us. I think we're just gonna seismic toss it. Yeah, that didn't do too bad of damage. I think we'll clean this up. Yeah, we're fine. Perfect. Yeah, thank you for the TM. Alright, now I don't remember if you can teach this to the Nidoran family or not. You can teach it to Brain, but not Brawn. Interesting. I'm not teaching that to Brain. It is not happening. Not a chance in hell. I'm gonna heal, and then we're gonna keep moving on for a little bit here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go down to Route 5. And as I alluded to in the main LP, there is an encounter down here that we need to get in this version, which is, of course, while we're playing it. And it's not the most common thing in the world, but it's not exactly rare either. Should be able to find it relatively simply. There it is. Yes, Meowth. Only in blue version for whatever reason. We're gonna go ahead and Thunder Wave as, you know, is recommended to catch Pokemon. That is another great thing about having Thunder Wave on Brain here, is that we can catch Pokemon a little bit easier. Seismic Toss will also help us catch Pokemon a little bit easier, ironically. Oh, that did like exactly half. Rather than risk fainting it, I think what we're gonna do is we're going to, we're probably just gonna throw a ball at it. It's got like, yeah, I mean, its catch rate's 255, so let's just chuck the ball and see what happens. Ooh, we didn't get it. Okay. Do another one. There it is. No nickname for Meowth. So yeah, that is where we're gonna end off today's companion piece. Now that we have this Pokemon, I'm gonna trade over, of course, but as always, the link in the description take you back to the main LP, exactly where you need to be to continue on. Inslate also has a link without a timestamp because it's not possible. But I want to thank everyone for tuning into this, if you are indeed here. And I hope that everyone has a great, lovely day.